Jinx too.
Yeah, look at those DSLs. You kidding me?
Yeah,
I think
that's
secretly,
just
though,
like a dumb
Jinx
question to just
actually
say
maybe
only.
a racist Pokemon. Like, I don't know. Something seems sort of weirdly like
You've watched
insinuating
YouTube
about Jinx.
videos about that because there's YouTube videos about how Jinx is racist.
Really? They're like, I don't know. Her lips are too big to not be racist.
Well, and she used to look like she was in blackface when the original 150 came out.
Oh,
but they changed the animation too.
They actually, so the Japanese version, but they changed
Do you
it
think
for North
Jinx
America.
and Mr. Mime are actually like secretly the
No,
only...
I'm pretty sure even on the like TV show, the original TV show, Jinx looked like she was in blackface. I'm pretty sure they changed it after the original series aired.
Give her like the white and red.
Interesting. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Hard Reset, a Cold North production. I'm your host, The Law Morris. You're listening to Ben Take a Bong Rip, also number 73, the one where we fix the PlayStation Classic. Joining me, as usual, gorgeous Ben Reynolds.
Meow.
And the effervescent Andrew Etchen.
Hello.
Now, we do have some news to get to tonight, but more importantly, we have to determine the definitive list of games that would have made the PlayStation Classic an insta-buy for us. So let's get started with what we've been playing this week. Andrew, tell me what you've been playing this week.
Super Smash Brothers! Yeah, lots of that. Been trying to make sure that I don't just leave Divinity 2 unfinished, so I've been slowly working my way towards the very end of that too, which has been very fun still, but I have pretty much exclusively been playing Super Smash, but not as much as you'd think. I've actually been teaching myself to play guitar.
Oh, so you've been playing the game of life.
The game of life, and my fingers really, really hurt.
All right. So, who's your main in Smash?
Definitely Little Mac. Little Mac, Captain Falcon, and I started getting really good at Pikachu, which has been satisfying. Because I used to get my ass handed to me by Pikachu, and now it feels really good to be like, I know all the moves that I used to get killed by, and I know how to enact them on other people. And it's like, I know like exactly when to do like any of the moves, and it really it becomes super satisfying. It's especially satisfying on the old Zelda map from the N64.
Ben, you had some frustration with Little Mac recently. Am I correct?
He seems cheap because he can charge up to the one-hit KOs or whatever. Which just seems unfair.
KOs?
Yeah, if you haven't figured that out, he's got those little arrows above his name.
Oh,
when those go all the way filled up, it turns into KO, and he can one-hit KO anybody.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's super fucking cheap.
I did not know that.
It's super fucking cheap.
I just really liked him because I thought his moveset is like really satisfying.
Like I could be wrong about how that works, but that's how it appeared to work while we were playing against him.
I mean, I've seen the arrows on it, and I know I've seen.
Well, the first time
it says KO.
The first time I was fighting him, and he just KO'd me with 40% damage, and I was just like, what?
That must have been really frustrating.
Yeah.
And then I
got uppercutted and instant killed, and I was just like, but I was winning.
Yeah, no, no.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that seems like almost unfair.
That's a little lame. Yeah.
Is this the first game he's been in?
No, I think he was introduced in Brawl.
No, in Brawl.
He was definitely not on Brawl. He must have been introduced on the one on Wii U.
He was definitely in 4.
Yeah, it must have been just 4.
Yeah, he was. He was
/3DS game.
Yeah,
Brawl.
All right.
Interesting. I did not know that at all. Well, if I had to really pick a character, though, I was telling Pat before this that my favorite character to play as are my Mii fighters. They're really fun. I love making
a single Mii fighter.
Oh, I made John Wick. I have Bob Ross. I have Agent 47. I have
John Wick, Bob Ross, and Agent 47.
I have Toad. Toad whoops people's asses. It's so satisfying. I love like getting like every time I unlock a new costume, I'm like, ooh, time to make another character. Like,
All right.
I've just been playing with fucking DDD and fucking
Oh, DDD. I thought you were playing with K-Roll.
both.
Both?
I'm a king man. I'm a king man. And then I
I'm a king man.
I also like I'm pretty solid with fucking Kirby.
the
Which
stories made me really good at Kirby.
I just I feel like the movement feels weird to me. There's just something about the movement that feels
Something that I
definitely
found out about that is I went in and like I changed my controls around for one to make a few of the buttons just a little easier to like basically one button, just like the grab button, really easy to push. But then I went in and turned off the ability to jump by pushing the analog stick up, and it made the game immediately feel better because I kept like trying to like do like a smash from the ground or something like that, and my guy would instead like jump up to meet them, and I kept like fucking moves up until I turned that like analog stick jump off, and then it made the jumping like very succinct.
because then it's just all with Y.
Yeah,
right?
it made it a lot more like I was able to like do exactly what I wanted when I wanted to do it.
Yeah, I might do that because that I'm actually really fucking good with Pokemon Trainer, but when I'm Squirtle, I'm just prone to accidentally fly off the edge and fuck myself over.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like I was just playing classic mode and I like turned the difficulty all the way up to 5 and I won like 3 straight and I was like, nice. I think I could easily just clear this without dying at all. And I was like, then I just fucking proceeded to kill myself 3 times in a row with Squirtle on one fucking guy, and I was just like, well, now I'm back below fucking 5 difficulty. That's pretty fucking
What is
frustrating.
the classic mode? I haven't even tried classic mode yet.
It's like classic mode.
Like from the N64?
64, yeah.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. I actually sort of
I've actually played that more than the story because the spirit things are kind of weird. I don't.
The spirits are so weird.
The spirits are kind of.
I mean, it seems cool, but
yeah.
I don't understand it. But the coolest thing is that you can morph. That you can set up a custom match so that it morphs fucking
different stuff
to different stages while
together.
You're in the
yeah. I love that.
So like after 5 minutes, you can switch it to a different freaking place, and that you can save all the custom game types, and then
you can have them locked in.
First to win 5 and something and stuff like that, or first to win 5 3-stock matches and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, the story mode in that game, I actually wish they had kept it more like the one in Brawl, where you like
Emissary.
Yeah, where you like run around and it was more of like an adventure. Where this one right now is just a huge series of mini fights. That's all it is. It's basically just a gigantic version of the classic mode that you get to pick which ones you get to fight. And it's like,
and then the
boss fights are cool, but everything else is
I don't understand what.
The spirits occasionally will have like buffers for you, or like things that will stop you from being able to be affected by like strong wind or like lava floors.
I guess that
it's a little strange.
It's just one of those things where it's like I don't quite fully understand, and I don't know if I like it.
I think that the spirits
game of rock paper scissors, but if you're good at Smash, you never really have to even change your spirit. Just beat the shit out of the other one, and you'll win.
I think that the spirits are maybe like they're a cool new thing, but maybe like overcomplicating things a little bit.
I guess you can turn on custom matches, but something I did find is you can have just like a random Smash fight with a friend, and you can choose to turn spirits on. If you want to, you can use that. And I actually got a spirit the other night that gives me an extra jump. So it makes it so you can jump 3 times before you can actually before you have to do your up B, which if you wanted to, I don't know if that's maybe like a setting you could put on as just like low gravity. I mean, that's that. But you could be like spirit mode and be like, this match, like everyone uses this. You get like 3 jumps and your gravity is like.
That would be cool. So like just make your own custom rules of like everyone has to use this spirit to change the game.
I think you could do cool custom matches utilizing some of the spirits to like enhance it a little more, but otherwise they're very specific. Like it's stuff that'll make it so like poison floors and lava floors like don't do anything to you, or like when the screen flips for you it won't flip, and like stuff like that to just make certain hard fights like not that difficult.
So Ben,
that's the strategy of the story mode.
Ben, I'm assuming that you've been playing Super Smash as well.
Yes.
What
I just realized that they can't see me.
What are your thoughts on Smash?
I like it. Like I said, the movement I found a little frustrating, but that's like really the only thing that I would complain about. It just keeps blowing me away how many fucking characters there are. Like I haven't even seen Snake yet, and
I've had Snakey.
So like, it's like then like I just had somebody challenge me who I'd never heard of. That's happened a couple times, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
like the other night got Ridley finally.
Well, they announced
that is sick.
They announced the first DLC character at the Game Awards, and it's
I'm gonna buy the Game Pass.
Joker. Like that's insane.
Wait, Joker is?
No, not from DC. Joker from Persona 5.
Yeah. And then there's the Piranha Plant too. Is one of the other ones too.
Piranha Plant was announced a while ago.
Yeah. Okay. Well, aren't there 5 that they're doing? So that's the second one.
Oh, I don't know.
How much did they cost?
I think the Smash Pass is like $20, and you'll get as they unleash them, you'll get each character and on a stage per character. So it's just like, I'd be down.
It's like $2 for a character, $2 for a stage if you buy the Smash Pass.
It's probably more like 5 for each if you don't.
Yeah,
3 to 5.
It's a little more. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably buy it too.
Joker? I saw like a meme about that, and I wasn't really sure what it was in reference to.
No, it's Joker.
That's super strange. They have so many characters that are just have nothing to do with Nintendo. It's just so. I love that. They're like, yeah, we got Capcom characters. We got fucking Persona.
Well, if you play the classic mode, you'll see that Bandai, Capcom, and Nintendo are all
now together
developers on this game.
Oh, well, it makes sense. Like the story mode has dungeons that are themed.
Also, like, if you do the classic mode with Ryu, it's like more like it changes the game to be more like Street Fighter. It switches it to HP, and then like
really?
Stages like switch to be more almost like
the Street Fighter ones. Yeah. There's a story mode dungeon that does the same thing, and you literally like fly a plane from like island to island, and then every fight is a stamina battle.
Nice.
Which is really fun.
Before we wrap up the Smash conversation, you guys can pick the last DLC character. Who do you pick?
What?
You guys get to pick who the last DLC character is. Who would you choose?
Well, I did see a picture of some stuff, but I don't remember what any of them actually are. It'd be hilarious if they just added what's like the Lagoomba or whatever, like what's the Mario thing that's on the cloud with the little, like Lukitu with the fishing pole. They should just throw him in there. Like fuck it, they've got Baby Bowser.
You can pick anyone to be in Smash, and you're picking Lukitu. All right, Ben.
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman.
He gets to pull his dick out. I guess
I didn't clarify that it should be a video game character, but yes. I think I would put Seth Rollins in Smash.
I think they should throw Sephiroth in there. If they have Cloud, they should put Sephiroth.
All right.
How about
Master Chief? We've done more than
Master
one each.
Chief. Yeah. That would be a really good one.
How about fucking Arthur Morgan?
Arthur Morgan. There you go. I actually legitimately am surprised that Master Chief isn't in yet.
It's Microsoft.
Yeah, but like
that's too like
Joker is from Persona, and that's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, but PlayStation's way cooler than Microsoft.
All right.
Got you there.
Have either of you guys been playing? Ben, have you been playing anything besides Smash?
Red Dead.
Of course. Andrew?
Divinity 2.
All right. I've been playing a lot of Just Cause 4. I played a ton of Just Cause 4 this week. And
15 minutes and I haven't turned it back on.
It's fun.
It's so fun. Looks like poop.
It's so fun that you guys bought it twice.
It looks like poop. We really didn't collaborate well on that. That's on us. I was
to enjoy it so much.
You guys spent $120 between the two of you.
I'll eventually play the game.
Get a game that Andrew is not playing, and
False.
that all my friends have talked about how terrible it looks.
Yeah,
False.
I'm like, I don't want to be one of those graphic snobs, but I'm like, it looks so
the performance
on
this game is
on a
bad.
PlayStation.
But
it's like
I'm still
the third one looked better. God damn it!
I'm still really enjoying it though. It's still super fun to play.
Yeah, it's fun to just like blow stuff up and cause mayhem.
And the movement, the traversal is just so incredible.
Play.
All right, but we got to talk about some news in 5.
News in 5.
All right. Soldier Boy is making the jump from rapping to the video game industry.
Soldier Boy off in that hole.
That's right. That's the appropriate reaction, Andrew. What? Soldier Boy, if you'll remember him, the rapper that was famous when we were all in high school, is rebranding an emulating machine that's already on sale on AliExpress. And he's rebranding it the Soldier Game. It is an emulating machine that plays Game Boy Advance, and Neo Geo games.
That's pretty sick.
He is going to get his fucking ass sued from here to high heaven. Like, Nintendo is going to take him to the fucking cleaners. He built his own fucking coffin for his career.
But how do you know? Like, is he definitely the one selling it?
Yes. It's on his website.
How do you know it's his website? How do you know it's not someone else?
He didn't try to collaborate any of this with Nintendo or any of these places.
Until you show me a YouTube video of Soldier Boy being like, buy the Soldier Game, and like holding one in his hand, then I will not.
I'll find that YouTube video for you. But yeah, he's gonna get his ass fucking sued. And all right, well, let's not
waste too much of our 5 minutes on that.
All right, Prey Typhon Hunt is out. The free asymmetrical multiplayer DLC from the 2017 game Prey was released on Tuesday. It's been met with fairly lackluster reviews. It's being criticized for feeling fairly bare bones and incomplete. I think that it's in concept. It's really cool. Ben, you didn't play Prey, did you?
Nope.
So in Prey
is space BioShock. You should play it.
It's really cool. In Prey, there are these things. There are these aliens that are they're almost like foot tall spiders. And
they're made of like energy, basically.
Yeah, and they can disguise themselves as any object in the room. So you'll go into a room, and there'll be like a coffee mug, and then bam, it turns into an alien, and it's attacking you.
But it's usually something like you'll walk in and a coffee mug will fall off of a shelf, and you'll walk up to it and hit it, and it'll just shatter, and then the shelf will turn into a monster.
Yeah,
and attack you.
It's really cool. It's a really cool kind of suspense building thing. But then the asymmetrical multiplayer is there are 5 people that are playing as Typhons, and 1 person that's hunting them, and they have to go around and disguise themselves and then jump on the player and kill him.
That already exists in Call of Duty.
It's just a version of vampire mode.
It's also Ewok Hunt.
I remember Area 51 did it originally, back in the day on PS2, where you'd mutant hunt. All the mutants would kill each other, kill all the humans until there was 1 human left.
That's right. All right. Capcom announces Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
Yeah, baby!
A new expansion for Monster Hunter World featuring new locales, story quests, and more coming in fall of 2019. Any thoughts on this?
Nargacuga. That's coming in. That's a big fan favorite.
Seems like Andrew's excited.
I'm super dope. Super, super, super excited.
We're going to take a quick break because I got to take a massive poop. And we're back. Thank you so much for your patience. That was very spicy. All right. Activision announces a new Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled.
Oh, yeah. God, I love that they're doing all this with like these great old PlayStation games.
So it's a remake of the PlayStation 1 classic, not the classic console.
CTR.
Not being developed by Vicarious Visions, but instead Beanox. Are we worried about that?
I don't know what that means.
I don't think so. I mean, the trailer made the game look...
It looks great.
Really great, and hopefully they don't fuck it up, because it's like... they had a really good control scheme. Like, Crash Team Racing had the same kind of great controls as Mario Kart.
So, Vicarious Visions is the development studio that took over and did the Insane Trilogy, and I think that they nailed it. I think that the Insane Trilogy was so good. And I'm a little bit worried because it's not Vicarious Visions. I was really hoping that they would be the ones to be exclusively taking up the Crash mantle. But also the fact that they're not doing this makes me think that they're maybe making Crash 4.
No, they're remaking Croc.
You would love that. You and like Dom are the only two people in the world that would want that. A remake of Croc. All right, and Game Awards results. The only two awards that mattered: Best Director and Game of the Year, both went to God of War.
Yeah, but who won the most awards?
Who won the most important ones is really what matters. And
nope.
Did Fortnite win the most awards? Oh, Red Dead.
God of War. It's all about God of War.
Red Dead.
So, Andrew, you weren't here last week, but last week was spent entirely listening to Ben say about every time, who do you think deserves this one? Red Dead. Who do you think will win? Red Dead. That was last week's podcast, so it was riveting.
Red Dead. I won the bet. That's all I'm saying.
Didn't win Best Director or Game of the Year, which are the two big ones. But I actually am really glad that Roderick Clark won Best Performance as Arthur Morgan, because, wow, Arthur Morgan is so good.
One of my friends was talking shit about John Marston and how John Marston fucks over all his friends in the first Red Dead, and I was like, how far are you in the story? And he was like, oh, I'm only in Rhodes. And I was like, okay,
yeah, then
keep playing.
You gotta have faith.
Which friend was this, Ben?
He's just one of my friends I work with.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so that takes us to the topic of the show.
It's the topic of the show.
Topic of the show.
I had to wait a really long time for that song. You guys were going to deprive
me. Wasn't it worth it?
But it was worth it. It was a good song. All right, fixing the PlayStation Classic. Our objective tonight is going to be completely unrealistic. We're not going to worry about licenses or remakes of games or anything like that. We are just picking 20 games that we think best encapsulate the PlayStation 1. That being said, Metal Gear Solid has to be on the list, but we're going to get into that right after we talk about, or right after we list the games that are on the actual PlayStation Classic. And those are Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. At least they did Final Fantasy VII.
Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms.
Those last three are all pretty good.
It's totally not worth $100.
Yeah, not at all. Like, they give you Twisted Metal 1, they don't give you Twisted Metal 2. Twisted Metal 2 was way better than the first one.
Okay.
But wasn't Twisted Metal 2 on PS2? No, it was.
So. No, it was on PS.
Right.
No, I remember having a PlayStation.
Yeah, I also played it. I
disc.
played it on N64 too.
Or like,
as well.
I mean, they give you Resident Evil, but like, what about Resident Evil 0?
What about so 0 was the next gen? What about Resident
Was
Evil
it?
2 or 3?
That's true. 2, yeah, 2 was really good. Yeah, or like, I mean, it's like they released so many of these like first games, like the very first ones that, you know, were really great, like Wild Arms. But then it's like Wild Arms 2 was really good. Twisted Metal 2 was really good. Siphon Filter 2 was really, really good. Like all of these games, it's like, why'd you release like the bad versions of all these like really good games?
They put Cool Borders 2 in. Cool Borders 4 is much better. I like Grand Theft Auto London is better.
Yeah, like they should have yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
Wait, which Grand Theft Auto did they put on there again?
Grand Theft Auto.
For a game, for a thing that is $100 that has a bunch of these games loaded onto it, and then they're all PlayStation games, I feel like they should have at least put 50 games.
If you want to play all of these games, this is the cheapest way to buy them. But nobody wants to play all of these games.
Like, what the fuck is Intelligent Cube?
I would buy this to play Destruction Derby, Metal Gear Solid, and Tekken 3.
Resident Evil is a pretty good game if you follow a guide.
Resident Evil is. All right. So we need to discuss the games that would actually make this good. And I put together a short list that I think are worth discussing.
Star Wars, Phantom Menace.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a good one. I think Star Wars Phantom Menace.
Tarzan.
Okay, talking Disney games.
Tarzan was a good one.
That's where we'll get started. Talking Disney games. I never played Tarzan.
How about the Crash Bandicoot games?
Nope, we're talking Disney right now. I never played Tarzan, but I did play Toy Story 2, and I played the shit out of 102 Dalmatians Puppies to the Rescue. And both of those are great games. So,
yeah, like there's
what about
really classic ones?
So, which Disney game do we want to put on there?
I mean, Tarzan is a really fun game. That was the only one I played, though.
Lion King, that's Super Nintendo. Genesis.
Oh.
I
Well,
mean,
then I don't know.
I think of Parappa the Rappa.
That's on the list. It's going to be discussed.
Mega Man X4.
Castlevania. Why would you not put Castlevania on here? I'm
We're
literally just going
get
through a
to
list.
These.
Why wouldn't you put Crash Team Racing? Why not Silent Hill? Why not Spyro?
God damn it, Andrew. I
Dino
want to know
Crisis
what Disney game we're putting on our PlayStation Classic.
I mean,
I'm voting
Then
Toy
how
Story
much
2.
more expensive does it automatically become to relicense that game from Disney?
But that's the thing. We're ignoring those.
Oh.
We're ignoring licensing issues. We're ignoring remake issues. We're just saying these are the 20 games that we think encapsulate the PlayStation Classic the best.
Let's go with Tarzan, Disney's Tarzan.
All right. We'll put Tarzan on the list. I'll concede Toy Story 2 and Puppies to the Rescue. All right. Metal Gear Solid has to be on there.
yeah.
Tetris?
What about the Legend of Dragoon?
There was a good Tetris game on PlayStation. There was also a good Frogger game on PlayStation. But are we in agreement that Star Wars Episode 1 needs to be on there?
Yeah, that was an awesome
That's
game.
another Disney game.
Well, no.
Now it is.
No, now it is. Which Crash game? Knock the big ones out first. I agree that Crash 2.
Yeah. Crash 2 is definitely the most, like, playable. Like, I feel like the first one gets, like, really hard for some reason, but the second one's, like, a pretty good balance.
Yeah, 3 was a little too
Silent
easy.
Hill?
Definitely
yes,
Silent
First Silent Hill. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to...
Amazing.
Okay, so I don't
think
want to
that's just only Andrew.
I don't want to put 3 Crash
That was
games
like
on
one
there.
of my favorite video games. That and Final Fantasy VII are like 2 of my favorite Final Fantasy games ever made.
I think 7 just
I
stays.
think 7
I think that
put on there.
Yeah, 7's kind of a natural.
But I don't want to put 2 Final Fantasy games on there.
I mean, I would definitely throw Ape Escape in there. Did anybody play the first Ape Escape? I loved the first Ape Escape.
I'll back you up on Ape Escape.
Or here's another one. Tomb Raider.
Which Tomb Raider? Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, Chronicles.
I actually probably say...
Or Last Revelation.
I might say Chronicles. But
Chronicles
2 is
sucks.
also a really good one. I really liked 2.
I would say The Last Revelation.
THPS 2.
This is a weird one. Kind of, you guys ever hear of Tomba?
Tomba
is a weird game with a weird little caveman with pink hair that I remember playing. My brother rented it for me once, and I remember loving it. And I love to download it again and try to play it again.
I wanna come back to what Ben just said. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yeah.
While I think there are better Tony Hawk games on the PlayStation, I think that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is the epitome of PlayStation 1 Tony Hawk.
Yeah, that's like a must-have. Even if it was just the demo level of the warehouse.
Just hangar.
Just the hangar.
I think that Pro Skater 2 is the best... Is the most representative of the PlayStation. I think Pro Skater 3 is the best Pro Skater game.
That's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about. You're right. Pro Skater 2. I'm with you, Ben.
Spyro 2,
cool borders,
Ripto's Rage.
Spyro 2 or Spyro 3?
I would go with Ripto's Rage. But I don't know. Year of the Dragon's also one of my favorites.
I like Spyro the Dragon.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oh, I like how they started to evolve them later on with other characters, and you could play with other characters.
I think I'm with Ben though. Spyro 2. I prefer Spyro, but I recognize that I'm in the minority on that.
Well, here's
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
No, God, no.
Let's replace that with Medieval.
I'm not ready to put Medieval on there.
I love that game.
Jillian says that we need to consider the game of life, and I say no.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Gran Turismo 2.
Gran Turismo 2, that's a good one. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
I only played it back in the day, but
then we got to have our driver game.
Driver or Driver 2?
Probably. Which one did you start out in San Francisco?
Both take place in San Francisco.
Oh, well.
Driver is better.
It was while I was drunk at Hans's house, and I was 15.
Driver 2 you could get out of the car, but Driver was better. I'm saying Driver because I have a lot of experience with both of those games. Chris Schroeder played those games a lot, and I played the fuck out of those games with him.
Fair enough.
Show no.
Okay.
Which Tekken?
Tekken 3, hands down.
Yeah.
It's got to be Tekken 3.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. The only other Tekken I've played is Tekken Tag.
Silent Hill has to be on there.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we've already got it. We've already got Silent Hill on our...
Oh.
I can't remember. The first one's really good. Isn't the second one also a PlayStation 2 game?
2 was on PlayStation 2.
Oh, it was.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. The old Spider-Man game. I just remember the bridge level.
Spider-Man was good. Let's see. So how many are we at now?
I mean, so we already have an MMO, or not an MMO, an RPG game. But am I the only person that ever played Legend of Dragoon?
No, you're not the only person, but we're not putting it on the list.
Yeah, I knew so many people who thought that game was the fucking best.
Are we doing?
I liked it a lot, but
are we gonna throw CTR on there?
Yeah, I would think so, because that's not even a racing game. That's a racing / fighting game. Yeah. So I think that has to go on there because that's a classic type of game. Does the PlayStation 1 have any sort of really good? I guess Tekken 3 is a good fighting game, but they never really had an equivalent to Super Smash.
No, but
anything like that.
Tekken 3.
Yeah.
Ben, was Star Wars DroidWorks ever ported to the PlayStation?
I don't think so.
Damn. So Resident Evil or Resident Evil 2?
I would do the first one.
Or Resident Evil 3, I guess, if you're really a big fan of Nemesis.
I think the first one is just a good classic one because that's one that really introduces people to Resident Evil and like learning about the whole story that they set up.
All right.
I always like that. I'm like, give people an introduction to a good story.
All right.
Don't just in there. But
Ben, question for you. WWF Warzone or WCW Nitro? Or WCW Mayhem?
WCW Mayhem.
All right. The one with Goldberg on the front?
Yeah, because I think I remember that one. Every time people got hit in the nuts, it played a ding. It was pretty funny.
That made little Ben laugh.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of there really were a lot of RPGs on the PlayStation. I'm even thinking back. I'm looking at like a list. They have Vagrant Story. That was actually a game that I never even played, but I've heard is like a staple game. But
yeah,
did they have I don't know if it was that, but not Wipeout.
Wipeout or Jet Moto 3 is what I was going to ask.
Yeah, is Wipeout the one where everyone's in like the Captain Falcon cars, like F-Zero cars? Yeah, Wipeout is a super fun game. I remember
Wipeout
I got like a remake of that. Yeah, that's a really fun racing game. It's like definitely unique. That would be a really must-have on there.
Or Jet Moto 3
games, but it's pretty good.
Because Jet Moto 3 was so
Jet Moto
good.
3.
I'll give it to Wipeout because I love Wipeout.
All right.
Street Fighter.
Fuck Street Fighter. We've
Fight
got Tekken.
Streeter.
You already have your other one. Tekken.
Jesus.
How many do we have?
Did you decide to keep Abe's Odyssey?
We're at 17. I did not decide to keep Abe's Odyssey.
What about Soul Reaver?
No, we're not keeping Soul Reaver. I might be open to keeping Abe's Odyssey.
For Jill Hidd?
Game of Life? No, we're not putting Game of Life in there. I mean, I'll put Puppies to the Rescue in there before I put Game of Life in there. Fuck that.
We can't put a third Disney game.
Well, we can.
Worms Armageddon.
Oh,
Worms is a great game.
Worms is never not a great game. Worms Armageddon is like the best fucking game ever.
I remember Eric had a Worms game on his cell phone, and we would play that at lunch.
We'd like take turns, like passing off the phone.
Remember Worms 3D on the PlayStation 2? That was so awesome. God, Worms is good. They need to make a new Worms game.
Yeah, Worms Armageddon, I remember just being... That was one that like actually felt really fun and like still kind of challenging. And then I feel like they made some Worms game for the PS3 or PS4, and it was like you can fight with up to 4 worms. And you're like, every battle is finished in like 30 seconds because the computer gets their turn and instantly kills all of your characters because they all have perfect aim. And it's like, this game fucking sucks.
All right, Ben, you're the resident expert. Which Grand Theft Auto are we putting on there? Because we're at 18 and we gotta have a Grand Theft Auto on a PlayStation.
Finish it out with just Grand Theft Auto games.
No, we're not putting 3 Grand Theft Auto games on there.
No, just do it.
You gotta pick one. Because
3.
I'm not putting fucking 3 Grand Theft Auto games on there and giving up Puppies to the Rescue.
1,
Why
2,
not Castlevania?
London.
That's
Castlevania is
Castlevania.
1, 2 in London.
We're not putting 1, 2 in London on there, Ben.
Do it.
Do it.
No, in
Don't
London.
look back.
It happened.
Don't look back.
We're doing London.
All 3.
Nope, we're not doing all 3.
All 3.
All right. And Andrew, you said Castlevania. Are you really hard on that one?
Yeah. I loved Castlevania.
Andrew's got a hard on right now.
Yeah,
I can
that's
see
what
it.
I was asking. All right, we'll put Castlevania in. All right, so that puts us at 20. Let's go through the list and throw out anything that's not worth it. I am tempted to throw a few of these out for Abe's Odyssey. So, Tarzan. Anyone ready to throw that one out? Puppies to the rescue.
Tarzan's a great platforming game.
Metal Gear Solid. That has to stay. That's so iconic of the PlayStation. It's the best game on PlayStation. Star Wars Episode 1. Crash 2. Silent Hill.
Definitely got to keep all those.
Final Fantasy 7.
Just looking good so far.
Ape Escape. Means that this thing's got to ship with a DualShock. Let's see. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Use the DualShock.
So that one is a must. Spyro 2. Gran Turismo 2. There's a lot of 2s in here.
Yeah, because the first ones, they were figuring it out. The second ones were polished.
Driver. Tekken 3. Spider-Man. Crash Team Racing. Resident Evil. WCW Mayhem. Wipeout. Worms Armageddon. Ben, you got something to say? No?
The World Is Not Enough.
Oh, fuck.
What's The World Is Not Enough?
Bond.
Oh.
What do we take out to put World Is Not Enough in?
I don't know.
Tarzan.
WCW?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I don't know, but that's one of the better party games that's on there.
It is. God damn it.
What's WCW?
Wrestling.
Oh. Yeah, I would take that out.
I don't know. Wrestling video games are so fun.
We have how many racing games do we have?
We have too many racing games. We gotta drop.
I would probably take out one of the Gran Turismos, or maybe
we only have one Gran Turismo.
Oh, you only have one. You put Driver? What's Driver?
Driver is
pretty good game.
It's a great game, and it's so iconic of the PlayStation.
Well, then I would probably take Gran Turismo off. God, I feel like if that is really good. Crash Team Racing is definitely an iconic PlayStation 1.
It kills me to take Gran Turismo 2 off.
Yeah. That is one that most people probably.
But Crash Team Racing is going to be remade, so
that's true.
Do we take out Wipeout?
Yes, maybe so. Yeah.
Yes,
okay. Might have to be.
For World Is Not Enough. Anyone listening to this wants to fucking kill us right now. We just dropped Wipeout for World Is Not Enough, which I know objectively is a bad game, but I'm gonna put it in there anyways because I like it.
It's a shooting game; you have to have it.
All right.
Yeah, we don't have any other shooters.
So okay, so our list: Tarzan, Metal Gear Solid, Star Wars, Crash 2, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy 7, Ape Escape, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Spyro 2, Gran Turismo 2, Driver, Tekken 3, Spider-Man. Ooh, maybe we should drop Spider-Man.
Know what I would do? I would say you should take out Tarzan for Siphon Filter 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you on that. But then we
Siphon
drop out.
Filter 2 is so.
But the thing is
good.
Tarzan, Toy Story 2, and 102 Dalmatians all ran on that same engine, and that engine was so fucking good for 3D platformers.
Yeah, but Siphon Filter 2.
I'm willing to drop Spider-Man for Siphon Filter 2.
Wait, was Croc on PlayStation?
It was.
Oh man,
I would drop
Croc
Spider-Man
should probably be on there. Let's drop Spyro for Croc.
Drop Spyro for Croc. Shut the fuck up.
Drop Spyro.
Siphon Filter 2.
Get that little purple dinosaur out of here. That Barney-looking motherfucker.
Green crocodile.
Well, Croc started his life as a
Yoshi.
Yep.
Yoshi.
So, then we got Tekken 3, Siphon Filter 2, Crash Team Racing, Resident Evil, WCW Mayhem, World Is Not Enough, Worms Armageddon, GTA London, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I'd buy that.
Sensual.
I would buy the
those are
shit
also
out of
things
that.
None of those games have any of those games really been strongly remade besides Crash 2.
Metal Gear Solid got a really solid remake.
Metal Gear Solid. But like a lot of those other ones are ones that like never really seem to have been bothered to have like necessarily been remade. Like they made newer siphon filters, but they never remade any of the siphon filters.
Yeah, they made new. Yeah.
Same with Castlevania. Same with
this. Actually, Castlevania got remade.
The first one,
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh,
it got remade on PSP.
Oh. You're right. Oh god damn. Thanks, Newton.
Oh god, this is like there are a few on here that we're just not. We don't have them on here, and it's kind of killing me.
Let's just put more games on it.
Oh shit, we didn't even get a Tomb Raider game on there.
Yeah, well, let's put Tomb Raider 2 on there.
Let's put 30 games.
30, well, there's only 20 games on the console.
I don't know. Take out that wrestling game and throw Tomb Raider.
Make our console better than theirs.
We gotta. Okay, we're dropping WCW and we're doing. Should we do Tomb Raider 2?
10 more, and we're adding 10 more games.
Or do we do Tomb Raider Last Revelation? I think Last Revelation was the best.
Yeah.
Either one, really. Any of the ones that still utilize the mechanic where you literally have to turn and face the correct direction and then run forward, I'm down with. Because I played those on my Mac, and I loved how like slowed down they felt. And it really made the platforming feel like treacherous, which I really brought back.
All right, we're putting Last Revelation on there. We didn't even put Parappa on there, but like Parappa is kind of a shitty game.
Yeah, Parappa's more of like a cult classic game. It's not necessarily like super popular. Oh
shit, Twisted Metal 3.
Twisted Metal 2 and 3 are all like.
Did we get Twisted really Metal 2 on there?
Oh, you didn't put that on there? God, there really are like. I feel like we all should have just submitted like what we thought the 20 best games
should we just take it to 30?
And
see if we can add 10 more? If we're taking it to 30, 5 more.
If we had to put 5 more in, I would definitely say
Twisted
Metal would need to be one of those. Parappa would probably need to be one just because that's sort of an iconic. Like that was like the first game of its kind.
It was definitely a PlayStation mascot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I mean, honestly, all of the PlayStation mascots should be like the game
of life.
We're not putting the Game of Life on there, Ben.
Sorry, Jill.
Sorry, Jill.
All right, if we're adding 10 or if we're adding 5 more, I'm putting Puppies to the Rescue on there.
So we left Tarzan off,
and then I would say
Puppies to the
Tarzan
Rescue
is on.
Dragoon on there.
Oh, Croc.
Croc.
All right, we'll throw Croc on there to satisfy
Legends
Ben.
of Dragon or Final Fantasy Tactics.
We'll throw.
See, we can easily get to 30.
Final Fantasy Tactics is.
Let's just put 100 games on there and still charge $100 because these games are not fucking physical things; they're little tiny pieces of data.
All right, so we have 25. We're gonna go over the first 20, which are our real list, and then 5 that just appeased us. Tarzan. Metal Gear Solid, Star Wars Episode 1, that shouldn't be on there, Crash 2, Silent Hill, Final Fantasy 7, Ape Escape, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Spyro 2, Gran Turismo 2, Driver, Tekken 3, Siphon Filter 2, Crash Team Racing, Resident Evil, Tomb Raider The Last Revelation, The World Is Not Enough, Worms Armageddon, Grand Theft Auto London, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, to appease the 3 of us, Twisted Metal 2, I think belongs on there. Parappa the Rapper, arguably.
Maybe needs to be thrown in there.
Puppies to the Rescue, Croc, and Final Fantasy Tactics. Ben, I think that of the 3 of us, with our throwaway games, Andrew probably has the most respectable one. But that's okay.
No way, Croc is fucking incredible. You just haven't played it.
Because Croc is fucking incredible. So
how great he was.
that's our list. That's what we think should have been on there, and I think that this thing is the PlayStation Classic sucks dick, and there's already a million of them on the shelves. You can walk in and buy one right now, and there's a reason for that. It's because the games aren't good.
The only real thing I can see as a benefit to that is like if you're a parent and you have a little kid, maybe they're like, not even 10 yet, and you're like wanting, and they're getting into video games, you buy them that as a gift, like a Christmas present, and there you go. You're like, now you have 20 video games that you can play, and it's like,
shut the fuck up.
Introduction to like silly old video games that are what made me good at video games.
But one of the biggest problems with that...
When you play Halo 2 now, you'll appreciate what it was like playing GoldenEye!
One of the biggest problems with that, though, is the Super Nintendo Classic. It's $20 cheaper. It's 21 games, and the worst game on there is better than, I think, the best game on... No, that's not true. But on average, the games are much, much better.
Yeah.
But I want to know... I want to know what you guys are playing this week. Ben, tell me what you're going to be playing.
Probably going to hopefully finish Red Dead.
Finish it?
Well, finish the story, at least.
All right. And Andrew, tell me what you're going to be playing.
I technically still need to finish the epilogue of Red Dead, so I should do that, but I'll probably end up just jumping back and forth between that, Smash, and Divinity 2.
Who are you going to smash? Who are you going to smash?
Everybody.
Nice.
Oh.
Everyone's going to get a Super Smash right in the pussy.
All right, and I have no idea what I'm going to be playing. I might play Detroit this weekend. We'll see.
Smash.
I'll play Smash. So that's what we're going to be playing this week. That's all we've got for you guys tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. If you dig it, you can subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Which
poop.
I apologize to our iHeartRadio listeners. I'm sorry I made fun of you. That's the platform that gets us the most traffic. So way to go, iHeartRadio listeners.
I heart your radio and your listeners.
Yes, thank you. And check out everything we do over at coldnorthpro.com. Ben?
Meow.
No, dude, you were going to plug the website. You were plugging the website.
Oh, yeah. What a great website. Sorry, I forgot.
Until next week, reset.
Reset. Get yourself a pencil because you got to reset.
Force some white out.
Or some white out.
Does that work? How does that work? White out? White out? When you could just try it.
White out all over the piece of paper. Smear it around. And then you've got a new piece of paper.